Good morning, children. Continuing with this chapter of work, energy, and power, I have finished with the work part which you have already studied in class 10th. Some topics were new, like conservative forces, work done by variable forces. Now, let us come to energy. What is energy? You all know. Energy is capacity of doing work. Capacity of doing work. Capacity of doing work is known as energy. Whenever you do some amount of work, some energy is lost or some energy is used. The first important point is the dimension of energy is same as that of work, ml square t minus 2. Unit of energy is same as that of work, joule or erg or Newton meter or dyne centimeter. Like work, energy is also a scalar quantity. There are various forms of energy you have studied, but presently in this context you will study about mechanical energy. So what is mechanical energy? You have studied about various forms of energy like heat energy, sound energy, light energy, electrostatic energy, gravitational potential energy you will study in the coming chapters, wind energy. There are various forms of energy and every form of energy has a SI unit as joule. Now what is mechanical energy? Mechanical energy is energy possessed by body by virtue of position and motion. By virtue of position and motion of the body. So on the basis of position, there are two types of mechanical energy. First one is known as kinetic energy. So what is kinetic energy? Kinetic means motion. Kinetic means motion. Energy by virtue of motion is known as kinetic energy. When you start from rest and moves to another position, that is kinetic energy. When you are moving and comes to rest, that is also kinetic energy. So kinetic energy by virtue of motion. The general expression which you have studied about kinetic energy is half mv square. We will derive it after this. Now second form of energy is, how many types of kinetic energies? Types of kinetic energy. Types of kinetic energy. Depending on types of motion, there are various forms of kinetic energy. The first one is translational, that is linear. Translational kinetic energy. Translational kinetic energy, which is, you all know, half mv square. Similarly, rotational kinetic energy in rotational motion. Rotational kinetic energy, that is half I omega square, where I is moment of inertia which you will study in rotational motion. Omega is angular velocity. Then third one is vibrational kinetic energy in waves. Vibrational kinetic energy. So there are three types of motion and therefore there are three types of kinetic energy. Translational, rotational and vibrational kinetic energy. Each energy form has the same unit and same dimension. Now the second mechanical energy is potential energy. What is a potential energy? Potential energy is mechanical energy by virtue of change in position. By virtue of change in position. So by virtue of change in position, there are two types. One is known as gravitational potential energy and second one is elastic potential energy. In the elastic potential energy you will come to know about potential energy of a spring. So there are two types of mechanical energy, kinetic energy and potential energy. Gravitational potential energy you all know or might be knowing mgh, that I will show how it will come. Translational kinetic energy half mv square, rotational is half I omega square, vibrational I will tell in the waves. Potential energy, that is gravitational and elastic potential energy. So this is the concept of energy, but you need to learn or derive the expression for kinetic energy and potential energy. So for that you need to know some points regarding integration and differentiation. I am explaining it here for a while, taking some time in between the chapter, just giving the part of integration and differentiation which is used in this derivation. So here integration and differentiation. If first of all you must know what is differentiation, though differentiation will not be used in this chapter. If a function is y is a function of x, then d by dx of y is known as first differentiation f dash x, that is d by dx of f x. In place of y I have put this value. D by dx is known as differential operator. D by dx is known as differential operator. When you apply the differentiation, this operator will automatically gets removed. Now see one example. D by dx of x power n. This is a general derivation. In differentiation, differentiation means to cut down, to make it small. Integration means consider a small thing and make it large. You have to integrate. In differentiation you have to come down to smaller values. Like in a graph, if you know the area of a small square, you can find the area of the graph paper, the part graph, that paper covers. But if you know whole area, you can find whole area of the paper, you can find the area of a smaller square also. So finding a smaller area, a smaller part from large part, that is known as differentiation, and to get smaller into big, that is known as integration. So here n is any integer, x is any function. The general expression is n x n minus 1. The power will decrease by 1 and that power will come in front. This is general differentiation. Now see, d by dx of this operator can be, I am taking d by dx, it can be d by ds, it can be d by dt, it can be d by d theta. So d by dx of x power 3. Now here x power 3 is a function of x. So it can be written as 3x 3 minus 1, that is 3x square. Similarly, d by ds of s power 4. So this is 4s3. You can see in the solution operator is missing because you have operated the function. Now d by dt of p power minus 3. So here minus 3 will come in front, t minus 3 minus 1, so it becomes minus 3t minus 4. This is general differentiation. But here you can see d by dx of s of any constant, c is constant, is always 0. That means constant can be any numerical value or any function other than the operator. C is numerical value or any function other than operator. So d by dx of 3 is always 0 because 3 is a constant. Similarly, d by ds of t power 4, because t is not a function of s, so it is considered as constant and it will be 0. So d by dx, differentiation of a numerical value or a constant, is always 0. Now integration I will explain in the next video.